Donald Trump got so mad that Friedrich Merz, for once, remembered that, you know, he has certain responsibilities, or at least remembered he had a fucking brain, and turned around and said, what America's doing in Iran is actually unbelievably stupid, and what America's doing in Iran is you know, really hurting both America, accelerating its demise, and even hurting its allies, such as ourselves in Germany.
So Hasan Piker just praised Trump's Germany troop withdrawal while the far-right AFD takes credit for the policy. This exposes a fascinating contradiction in anti-imperial politics. When fascists accidentally advance leftist goals, we're seeing how imperial decline creates strange political bedfellows. Let's break this down.
The one time where he offered a little bit of pushback, and Donald Trump's like, well, guess what? We're withdrawing 5,000 troops from Germany to, I guess, somehow punish Germany, because Germany is not involving itself in our unbelievably stupid military conquest over Iran that has been a failure, which Merz said was humiliating for America.
This weaponization of military presence is textbook imperial coercion. The U.S. has 35,000 troops in Germany, not for defense, but as leverage. When allies step out of line, America threatens withdrawal as punishment. It's the same playbook used against South Korea and Japan for decades.
He said the United States is being humiliated by Iran due to the actions that it's taken. Now America's saying, okay, no more military occupation of Germany? Oh no. Oh no. Germany might have a semblance, a crumb of autonomy. Oh no. What will Germany do? What will Germany do? Perhaps maybe our German socialist comrades can take advantage of this moment for once in their lives and organize around this to be like, yes, this is great. Please keep it going. Keep up the movement.
Here's the irony. Germany hasn't been truly sovereign since 1945. The Bundestag can't even access NSA files from Ramstein Air Base on their own soil. NATO integration was designed to prevent exactly this kind of autonomy. Trump's tantrum might accidentally restore some German independence.
This is good. This is good for a better utilization of American resources. This is good for Germany to develop some semblance of autonomy and sovereignty. Not that it's going to happen regardless, but, you know, it's a good thing. Good job, Trump. Keep it going. More of this, please. I am in favor of this.
This is classic accelerationist logic. Trump's narcissistic rage produces anti-imperial outcomes that strategic leftist organizing couldn't achieve. His emotional decision-making accidentally undermines the very empire he claims to strengthen. Sometimes the best anti-war policy comes from the worst motivations.
But ironically enough, the one party that is like spiritually MAGA is the AFD, and they're the ones who are actually demanding that the American military withdraw from Germany. It's, again, a huge issue for there not to be loud anti-imperialist German leftist voices in this goddamn country, because like American military withdrawal from Germany is not a bad thing.
The AFD has consistently opposed U.S. military presence since 2013, calling it occupation disguised as partnership. When leftist parties abandon anti-imperial positions, fascists fill the vacuum. We've seen this pattern in France with Le Pen and Italy with Salvini. Nationalism co-opting legitimate grievances.
It's not a bad thing at all, unless it's being shepherded by Nazis like the AFD. And the problem is they are the ones who are championing this movement. They're the ones who have openly championed this initiative, and now they're going to look victorious. AFD leader, lesbian, far-right woman dating Sri Lankan. She also lives in Switzerland and opposes gay marriage. She's anti-immigrant too. What a character. I mean, that's the reason why all this identity stuff is just like totally irrelevant.
Alice Weidel perfectly illustrates how identity becomes performance under fascism. Gay, immigrant partner, lives abroad, yet promotes policies that harm all three groups. Material class interests always trump identity. The ruling class uses diverse faces to sell the same reactionary agenda.
I mean, Candace Owens was, and still is in many respects, one of the most outspoken white supremacists in the country. Who gives a shit about your background, right? Your background only matters as much as your lived experience and how that has contributed to your advocacy.
Owens has promoted great replacement theory, defended Hitler's domestic policies, and claimed racism doesn't exist. Yet conservatives parade her as proof of their inclusivity. This tokenism strategy neutralizes racial criticism while advancing white supremacist politics through black voices.
But the reason why I bring up this difference in opinion is because Germany has been a vassal of the United States of America since World War II ended. West Germany specifically, and now all of Germany. So, it's not a new phenomena at all. It's just gotten worse over the years. But this vassal wants its cake and to eat it too. Benefit from America's wars if they go well, while washing its hands of the war if they go badly. This is why America should refrain from turning once good allies into vassals. It benefits neither in the long run.
The vassal-metropole relationship is breaking down as American power wanes. Germany imports $130 billion more from China than the U.S. now. These economic contradictions force allies to balance between declining and rising powers, creating opportunities for real sovereignty movements.
However, what Merz is doing here does remind me of Erdogan a little bit, where you posture as though you're very against American movements, as though you're, antagonistic to the state in broad daylight, in public, but you're actually a happy vassal regardless. And that's what Erdogan has done. That's how he's maintained his power as well. There are moments where he can actually even demand more from America, get certain liberties, right?
Erdogan perfected this strategy, publicly clash with Washington while privately cooperating. Turkey still hosts Incirlik Air Base despite years of dramatic conflicts. Orban uses similar tactics in Hungary. Controlled opposition lets leaders appear independent while maintaining imperial relationships.
It's so funny that, again, fascism is a suicidal ideology and it's self-defeating, right? And in some respects, like Trump's demand for instant gratification and the anger that he feels towards the German chancellor saying correct things about America, being humiliated here, is going to hurt America's expansive military conquest in the long run.
Fascist psychology prioritizes immediate dominance over strategic thinking. Hitler declared war on America while fighting the Soviets. Mussolini invaded Greece without German support. Trump's need for instant gratification consistently undermines long-term imperial strategy, and that benefits everyone else.
Pulling out of NATO or removing a number of troops from German soil is not something that I ever imagined would take place, but it does actually move the needle against American empire, so I'll take it. I don't have an issue with that. I think it's good. Let him do it. Take out 10,000 troops. Bring him back here. What the fuck are they doing in Germany, Yeah, it's further degradation of U.S. global hegemony. It's correct. Germany is a profoundly important security partnership for America in the European Union.
Those bases aren't defensive. They're power projection platforms. Ramstein processes 90% of U.S. drone operations in Africa and the Middle East. Every host country becomes complicit in American warfare, whether they want to be or not. Withdrawal means liberation for everyone.
I think that's good. Now, of course, there's 35,000 total troops, as far as I understand, in Germany. There's 80,000 in Korea, by the way. Let's take some out of Korea, too, while we're at it. That'd be fantastic. But yeah, to take out 10,000. Why 5,000? Let's do 10. Let's do 20. Yeah, both Gulf Wars in Afghanistan wouldn't have been possible without the Ramstein Air Base is correct. It's not just the Ramstein Air Base, though. It's what the American troop presence in these countries actually means. It means control. It means domination.
Ramstein Air Base has coordinated every major U.S. intervention since Iraq, Libya, Syria, Somalia, you name it. German soil enables American war crimes globally. The base processes real-time targeting data for assassination programs across 3 continents. That's what partnership actually means.
That is a ever-present, not so subtle threat. Now, we don't see it as such because currently, as I have repeatedly explained to you guys over and over again, we have a security cooperative agreement. We have a security, an understanding here, right? It's a security cooperation that we have with Germany, with all of our partners, with all of our security partners, with our 800 military bases that we know of all around the world. Now,
those 800 bases represent the largest military empire in human history. Rome, at its peak, controlled maybe 50 major outposts. The British Empire never had this global reach. Each base is a potential invasion platform disguised as cooperation. It's occupation with better branding.
Now, when soft power diminishes and it's just hard power, when Trump is behaving like he is as a madman, okay, there aren't 80,000 in South Korea, more like 25,000. My mistake. I exaggerated vastly. I don't know where I got that number from. I pulled it out of my ass like the dolphin guys do. By the way, think about how insane that number is regardless. Like 25,000 troops, still insane. Oh, sorry. There's a 55,000 in Japan. The number in Korea is 30,000, approximately 28,000. So with Japan and Korea, the number reaches 85,000. As I was saying, 800 military bases can turn into 800 separate invasions overnight. It's all a matter of the relationship that we have with these countries. So as long as it's positive, then we're happy, right? Everybody's happy. But if the relationship is no longer positive, it turns sour, all of a sudden, the 35,000 troops that you have in a NATO base, in a NATO facility in Germany, is now 35,000 armed combatants on enemy soil.
This reveals the true nature of American alliances, their protection rackets: pay tribute, host our troops, support our wars, or become an enemy overnight. Those 35,000 soldiers in Germany aren't guests. They're an occupying force wearing friendly masks until the relationship sours.